Every car in Asphalt Legends has a hidden set of stats that the game never tells you about. They can either make a car or break it entirely. Ever since the Evo tuning update dropped, we found out that cars had these secret stat systems inside of them, hidden from plain sight. This could explain a lot of things, like some cars having fake stats, either being positive, which means it's better than the game says, or fake negative, which means it's actually worse. Some cars have fake negative acceleration, like the Musler from the special event, and a few are considered fake positives like the Speedtail. All of this could have been explained by the curves on the acceleration section of the Evo cars. Some tuning pieces give an earlier boost in acceleration, and some at the end. This could be the reason some cars' acceleration feel fake. They probably accelerate faster at the end of the speed curve, so at the start of the race, it doesn't feel like the acceleration the game says. Then we got the handling. This is a weird ass stat too. Some cars have shit handling on paper like the Venom F5, but actually, it has one of the best floating capabilities in the entire game, and a really sharp drift radius. Then you got shit like the Solus GT, literally double the handling stat than my Venom F5, but when it drifts, it just loses all of its speed. So I genuinely don't know how it even works. Since we have seen that it isn't correlated to either how sharp the drift radius is, the speed loss when drifting, neither the floating capabilities, so if you see the handling stat from the main menu, you don't actually know shit about how the car handles, or how much speed it loses while drifting. If someone actually knows how this stat is calculated, please let me know down below. Then we got the nitro. This one is less weird than the others. The higher the nitro is, the longer it lasts. So it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have any weird shit like having worse nitro stat cars to have longer nitro, but once again, some cars have a hidden perfect nitro boost, which allows them to have higher top speed than regular nitro. Also, the nitro boost seen on the Evo Tune section is real. It is different for some cars. For example, the 007S has an extremely high acceleration, which is real, but in practice, it doesn't feel much faster than the Banda, even if the acceleration stat is worse. Why? Because the 07S nitro boost is worse than other cars. So at the start of MP races, the Banda with its really long nitro might surpass the 7S, but without it, the 7S accelerates faster. Very few people know about this, but the cases of cars with worse nitro boost than average are really small. The top speed is the only real non-fake stat. It is the one on the stat menu, with no weird shit around it. Next, we move to even more secret stats, the ones that do not appear on the 4 main stats, but we're able to see them through the Evo tuning section. Starting with the air acceleration, we know this shit is real because of the Devil 16. I think it is the only car in the game that has this like unusually bad air acceleration. That's why when you see aliens perform reference runs on it, most times they avoid going through ramps, and instead, they just stay on the ground, because for this car taking a ramp and using the nitro is actually slower. And the other day, I saw a Reddit post saying that the Venom F5 got its air acceleration secretly nerfed, but I legit have no idea if this is true or not, so let me know down below. Lastly, we got the most important and hidden stat of them all, the floating capabilities, how bouncy a car is, and the physics of it overall. The Evo tuning update gave us a slight preview of how it worked, because by getting the lightest build possible, the car would become floaty, punch drift capable and pretty bouncy after landing from ramps and things like that, which actually makes it faster, since having a car bouncing off and not touching the ground keeps more speed than if it was glued to it, but it doesn't work like that for every Evo. For example, the SF91 with a light build becomes really bouncy, and the handling more responsive and sharp, but it still doesn't float. A car feeling light doesn't equal to floaty capabilities. For example, the current shitty Spotlight's main car, the Chiron 300 Plus, feels really fat and sluggish to drive, yet it still has really good floaty capabilities. Other things special to a few cars I've noticed are like how the Bolide just bounces the fuck off, instead of just drifting at really high speeds after a ramp, or how the Chiron and other fat looking cars just flip off and wreck themselves during wall rides, which happens way less with flatter looking cars like the Nevera, or how the Musler Super GT is unstable, wrecks easily on anything that puts it into the air, then the retarded ass car just like bounces off mid floaty drifts, by no reason, making you lose all of your speed, or how different the Devil 16's floaties are compared to any other car in the game. So, we got to my final thoughts. I believe Gameloft should rework the entire UI of the stat system. It would be nice having something similar to the Evo tuning stat section with everything specified, so you could know which cars are better or worse, depending on your goals. If you ever felt like a car was fake, drop it down below. I guarantee you're not wrong. Thanks for watching, I'll see you later.